So, it's been a 1,872 day wait for us to see the follow-up to Alfonso Cuarón's 2013 movie, Gravity.
But who's counting, right?
Me! And now we've finally seen Roma, and
well, it's just absolutely wow. Just wow. Wow. Roma follows housemaid Cleo and the family she works for in 1970-1971 Mexico during civil unrest and class warfare, and it stars Yalitza Aparicio in her first ever film role, and she absolutely kills it.
And here's the thing, Cuarón is pretty much my all-time favorite director. He's made so many movies that I love. You can check out, I did a video on Prisoner of Azkaban, and the link to that is in the description. But this guy has consistently made movies that have totally amazed me, have totally stunned me, have totally changed who I am as a creator, as a filmmaker. And obviously, coming off the back of Gravity being my favorite movie of all time, I had really high hopes for this, and especially, you know, he's doing this super personal black and white drama, and you know what, guys? He's done it again.
Look, let's cut to the chase. Cuarón has created one of the deepest and most profound portrayals of the human experience I have ever seen on film.
And it feels like we're saying that a lot lately.
No, but seriously, we're not here to put socks on centipedes because, I mean... Socks on centipedes, Bailey. We're not here to put socks on centipedes.
Okay, well, I feel like in normal people's terms, what we're saying is we're not fucking around. This movie is overflowing with humanity in every single stunningly realized frame.
This is an immersive, observant, patient, unflinching film that really just gets us to walk with our characters, gets us to drive with them, eat with them, dance with them, love with them, just live with these characters. And this is not a film that's going to reward you with the usual razzle-dazzle that we expect from someone like Cuarón. However, instead, here he offers an omniscient, measured, and restrained portrayal of a family that really is just struggling through life.
And I do have to be honest, as someone who hadn't seen any trailers for this movie or any footage at all, it took me a really long time to key into Cuarón's approach to this movie. The whole time I'm sitting there going, oh, I can't wait for a bit of Steadicam, a bit of, you know, handheld tracking shots, any of the usual elaborate stuff that Cuarón does, I can't wait for it. And it never happened. And so for me, there's a bit of whiplash in my response to this movie because while it's a total masterpiece and I see it for this utterly profound and transfixing landmark achievement in cinema, because I really feel like that's what it is. But I had a really hard time getting into it because it's so not what I expected at all.
That and the fact that the audience for this film, well, kind of sucked.
Yeah, I would have given my left arm to see this in a cinema, so thankfully I didn't have to and we got the opportunity to do that. But this was pretty much an advertisement for why, if you want a nice, quiet, chilled experience where you have complete control over your viewing environment, you are probably better off just watching this movie on Netflix.
Yeah, look, aside from a layer of audio that cut out, we also had hecklers. There was people on their phones the entire time.
People were like talking. I had someone kicking my chair from start to finish. Like,
it was kind of just utterly disrespectful, to be honest, but I will say, look, it is a testimony to this film, the fact that we could walk out and still call it a masterpiece, and be engrossed as we were. I mean, in particular for myself, I was kind of on a whole new level.
Yeah, Jay had pretty much the most aggressive cry I think I've ever seen anyone have in a cinema. Like, it managed to somehow almost outdo his response to 2001: A Space Odyssey.
The film creates an atmosphere to indulge in. It never forces you to participate, but allows you to experience the lives of these characters. And if it catches you off guard like it caught me off guard, my God, when shit hits a fan and we get these intense moments of drama, Cuarón's uncompromising objectivity of the camera allows these moments to just feel unbearable, and far out they did. And these moments may not feel unbearable to everyone, but some of them will do. And look, like the one scene where I was crying non-stop, it was simply unbearable. Like, I felt traumatized. I sat there with my hands over my eyes and I was crying, and I almost didn't even want to look at the screen because it was this just freaking magical moment of cinema. I've never felt that ever in my entire life, sitting in a theater or watching a film.
There's a number of truly operatic moments in this movie where characters bear witness to these huge scale events, or these huge scale events act as a backdrop to smaller, more intimate character moments. And one of those moments, one of those scenes, or I guess it's kind of just one shot, takes place in a cinema early on, and that shot, that moment, is gonna stay with me forever. I was sitting there going, oh my God, I can't believe this is a real thing that someone has pulled off as part of cinema. and honestly, it's one of my favorite cinema moments I've ever had.
Roma just feels like a brilliant moment in cinema as a whole. It's utterly timeless, and the whole time you're watching it, it doesn't even feel as though you're watching a movie.
Yeah, it feels totally effortless in its delivery. It's almost like you're watching reality unfold in real time as opposed to having it constructed for you. And Cuarón never looks at his characters with any cynicism or judgment, even when they mess up. I mean, this is cinema as a vehicle for empathy and compassion. This is not the kind of movie you go into to be entertained. It's the kind of movie you go into to feel and to connect with the experiences of people that you will probably never have yourself.
Roma doesn't have any real acts, it doesn't have a standard structure, or really a clear through line of ideas, and unfortunately some people watching this film are just going to be bored out of their minds.
Like that heckler!
But the thing is, if you connect with it and you vibe with it, you'll get a totally rewarding, expansive, and intimate portrayal of family. Family that we have and family that we find.
This is a totally sprawling film that, despite being such a patient and measured experience, is still, what I think at least, way too much to take in for just one viewing. This is not an easy movie to unravel, but for us at least, it was an easy movie to connect with. I don't think Roma is really going to take shape for just about anyone until after it's over, but once it is, you'll be left with a tapestry of a time and a place and the people living in that moment. And at that point, the movie's gonna rush at you in waves. So those are our thoughts on Roma. Have you seen it yet?
Did you like it?
Did you hate it?
Did you like this video?
Of course you did.
I crave more banter.
If so, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel down there somewhere. You can also check out my new channel, Loverboy Media, where I post a bunch of cool new content.
And don't forget to follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Links are down below.
And you can also support us on Patreon. Thank you so much to anyone who's doing that already. If you do choose to do so, there's a bunch of cool rewards that we offer you guys that you can check out on there. So thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you in the next video.